All right, hello. This is DDTV. This is your boy working on that 738, 740 IL, 4.4 liter V8 engine. What's crazy is that I started off on V type of engines, but I enjoyed the inline six. To tell you the truth, the ease of the maintenance was just phenomenal. I enjoyed how they engineered it. I always thought when I used to be in domestic cars a lot that German cars were over engineered really. But really, for some reason, to me, they just seem a little bit easier to work on. I don't know if that's weird or not, but anyway, back to the video. Okay, so anyway, I'm over here at the rear of the drive shaft. There was already a paint mark right here, the yellow mark, but I had remarked it with some fresh marker, just in case the yellow mark, because it is an old mark, it could get rubbed away or whatever the case, but there was no mark on this, so I just remarked it now. I know once I pull this off, it's going to be exposing it to some grease. I do have fresh grease, by the way. So I'm just really just showing a little bit at a time of my progress on my project. Project Orion is what I name it. I mean, this is really bone dry. Really, there's some surface rust, but it's really bone dry. Especially for its age, I gotta replace the rear brake cable. It is pretty trash. A lot of the hardware needs to get replaced. Here's my center leak bearing. As I showed y'all in part 2 of the video, that my center leak bearing was trash. So that means I'm gonna have to hammer this bearing off of this drive shaft to help get it separated. I don't think I'm gonna have to go towards the U joint to do that, and hopefully I don't. But I know these are 13s. Okay. Here, matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you this. Here are your magic sizes. Okay, your magic sizes for this drive shaft situation is that these right here are 21 millimeter, and that's 21 millimeter on both sides. So what I did, I took a box wrench on that side, and I took a ratchet, a half drive. You want to make sure you take a half drive breaker bar. And that might actually, a breaker bar might be better. Yeah, take a breaker bar. That's what I took, was a breaker bar. This is what my setup was. Actually, I had to take a adapter and put it on to adapt to my 3/8 21 millimeter. I just didn't have it for the half drive breaker bar, but I do have the transmission supported, and it is supporting it pretty well. I did mark the guibo, and I marked the front of the drive shaft as well. There's some proof right there in case you guys didn't believe me with what I was working on. Okay. But yeah, this is so far my progress. So since I'm working by myself, I got to be real careful because this is a long drive shaft. It's not really very much longer than the E39s of the same era, but it is a bit longer only because it is an extended version of the 7 series, the long wheelbase, right? So I did take 2 of them out so far. I still have the 3rd one in there because I wanted to, be held up, because I kind of just wanted to come out flawlessly without it hanging. And if it is hanging, I don't want it to hang for too long. I do notice the rust and everything, but this is really good. I did test its variance. It goes forward and back. It's not locked up, which I know I'm going to have to replace it. But since I am battling against a budget, I got to do what I got to do to, keep it good for right now. But this drive shaft job is fairly easy once you get to it. It's just, it is hard when you overthink about the repairs. It is pretty hard, but once you get over that, then you're pretty much good to go. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that last one out. I'm going to go ahead and slide it back, slide it down. At the same time, I'm going to be zipping these off with the impact, the 13s, which is the center support bearing. And then I ain't got much work to do once I leave this one in, but it's loose enough for me just to, flawlessly take it down. And once I get that down, then I got to concentrate on replacing that guibo, the flex disc, and the center support bearing. That's the reason why I'm doing this. Hopefully this works, and I actually am confident in my ability. I'm not saying that I'm not, but you just never know if the parts themselves that you got are defective. I wish every part that you got, came, and it's going to just like work. But I've gotten some parts to where they look good, but then once you put them on like a starter or alternator, then they're actually defective and they're still causing the draw. I mean, that's just an example, but I've gotten plenty of other parts in different areas of the car, brake pads, or things that just naturally didn't fit. So that were supposed to fit, so I had to go get them replaced. And I do a lot of this work for my customers, but right now I got to do it for my own car, my own baby. Yep, love you, baby. We got to get you changed out, and I got both of these parts already. I got them through the mail. One I got from FCP, which was my guibo, and the other one I got one from A1 Auto, which they're not sponsoring me or anything, but that's just where I got them from. Okay, on to the repair. I'll see you guys later. I'll give y'all an update and I'll let y'all know how it's going. Stay posted.